Hello YouTube and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 House of Mordecius, where we have just utterly failed at raiding the High Chiefdom of Connacht. And as a result, we will be heading back to Mordecius with our defeated first raiders of Mordecius, and hopefully seeing what we can do in terms of pushing things forward. If you like this video, please make sure to like it, please make sure to comment and let me know what you think of House of Mordecius and Crusader Kings 3, and make sure to subscribe so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. So here we go into 873 AD. We're almost out of debt. We're so dang close. We're right there. We have just switched over our marshal to essentially increasing control in the county of Thomond, though the game is telling us that we have pretty low county control because we have switched him to the process of training our commanders so that once we get out of debt and we start launching wars against people, we might actually have a chance at winning them. So I'm going to go ahead and unpause, let the 1st of January 873 come over the land and see how things go. And here on the 21st of January, the first raiders of Mordecius have returned home. I wish I could say victoriously, but certainly that is not the case. I'm going to go ahead and disband the army. Thank you for your guys' hard work and effort, but we won't be needing you anymore. So yeah, I'd like to see what Airlaid can do here in terms of training our commanders, just to make sure that they are fit for battle once the time comes. As you can see here, we're almost done learning the language of Petty King Burgred. Hopefully be sometime, probably during February of 873, I would say. And we have received a missive from High Chieftain Aid. Your son, Rodan, has safely arrived in Meath. Consider our pact confirmed. Very good. Rodan, I hope things go well for you, bud, there in High Chieftain Aid's territory. Ooh, and Athlone is raising an army and sending them somewhere. Where are you guys going? Something's going on here. They're passing through Ossory, and it looks like they might be on their way to Ormond. Nope, they have reached the coast of Ireland and are continuing southward. I guess they're planning on heading somewhere else. We're here in the middle of March. We're going to go ahead and try our hand at raiding once more. I know we just epically failed at it, but I think if we send our boy Doongal out there, Doongal McDoongal Dalbairn, he can possibly do some right good for us. I think we'll send him to Ossory for that 15 gold. And as soon as he's done with that, he is coming back home. I'm not going to take any chances on trying to get any more gold or try to really fight anybody. I want to just get that gold and get on out. Let's see if things go our way this time. And Atlone's military has just entered the water of St. George's Channel here and are continuing to head south. And our Learn Language scheme has been successful. Let's see what we can do about sending a letter in Anglic to Burgred. We have a 78% chance of it going well, and we could form a friendship with him. Why not? Yeah, Petty King Burgred is, he's impressed with my knowledge. He gains 25 opinion of us and grows closer to forming a friendship with us. And of course we now know the Anglic language. Question is, what language do we want to learn next? You know, we currently know quite a bit of languages. Oh, but here's one that we don't know, the language of King Charles II the Bald of West Francia, or Francia, I don't know how to pronounce it. He speaks a language called Dual Vulgaire, and we will start trying to learn that. I had to actually kind of go hunting. I scanned all around sort of the regular part of the UK that you would kind of expect to know the language of, being from Ireland. And we already know Norse and several other languages here, so West Francia was actually the closest language to us that I don't know yet. And we're coming up on mid-April here. Our raiders are still making their way downtown. And as we move farther east, there is a army of Osterland sort of besieging a town there in Difflin. Take a look at our raid here. Got 48 days left on this bad boy. A lesson in charity. Kasane brought my hostage Salik to the market today. Salik was to hand out alms to the poor and needy, to learn about charity and a ruler's plight to the less fortunate. The scatterbrained child couldn't decide who to give the gold to, Kasane says, visibly annoyed. At the end, he had given one coin to the one-legged chandler, one to a blind urchin, used another coin to buy comfit, gave one to me of all people, and lost the last one in a ditch. it seems that little Salic is quite unable to make up his mind. So this is another situation where basically we can let him sort of just continue to be a fickle little moron, and we don't get any stress from the situation, where if we try to get him the trait generous, which would by all accounts be a good thing, we would gain 24 stress, or if we were to give him the trait arrogant, which, like, I don't really see what the point would be in that, to be honest. So in this case, I think I'm just going to allow Salic to keep the trait fickle, and think of that what you will. You know, he's not even our kid, so there's only so much we can do to save him and make sure that he gets the upbringing that he needs. The first army of Sil-Chenig, I think that's the army of Ossuary. Yeah, that's High Chieftain Serbal's army, has engaged with us, and it looks like we will almost certainly lose here all the progress we had made on raiding at 15 gold. This is a bad move on our part, I'll admit. I suppose the House of Mordecius, if they're known for anything, are known for poor battle strategy. Ooh, yeah, and some mighty big armies up here to the north from the Sudrehar. If we're being honest, we need to abandon all hope, ye who enter here, and we need to start almost entirely focusing on making sure our military is up to snuff. So we are now out of debt. We have 0 gold, a whopping 0 gold. And as our troops are defeated and they come back to us, I think we will start bolstering our armies. Defeat in the Battle of Ossuary. I vow, here on the 2nd of July, 873 AD, this will be the last battle that I lose. And one thing we can do here in the military tab is we can spend 90 of our available 148 prestige on another men-at-arms regiment of light footmen, which is exactly what I intend to do. And we'll go ahead and station them up here in Lumnich. That should bolster us a good amount. We're still pretty well in the positive of prestige, and we'll just let our army numbers grow, because we need to get our feet under us if we intend to take Ireland and the world after that. Sweet smiles and little lies. Just like other children his age, my son and heir Drognath sometimes lies and tests boundaries. However, he often avoids suspicion with his sweet demeanor, and people always forgive him when he does get caught. I wonder just how much he gets away with. I will keep an eye on this one. So Drognath gains the trait Charming, just like his old man. Ooh, here's an interesting offer. An offer of confederation from Chieftain Aegon to the perceptive Chieftain Drognath of Mordecius. To foil the hunters of this land, should we lean wolves not band together? What we get out of this is we basically form a confederation with Chieftain Aegon. We will automatically join the Confederation's defensive wars. So basically anytime any other member of the Confederation gets attacked, we also are technically at war and are sort of honor-bound to participate in them. Can use the abandoned confederation decision, so you can basically leave when you want, although I think it comes at a penalty of prestige, if I'm not mistaken. And confederates may not raid or declare war on each other. Belonging to a confederation restricts my tribal authority and prevents creating new titles. That's not good. However, honestly, this is a really interesting offer, because at the same time that I see pressure mounting from the north, from the Sudrehar and from High Chieftain Aid, Enos was one of the lands I kind of had my eye on as maybe trying to take over next. It's really difficult for me to do this, and this could really sign the death warrant for Mordecius, but I think I'm gonna have to decline. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just the way these things work out, you know. Once my military is up to snuff, I'm pretty sure Enos is like one of the next places I'm going to invade. Don't tell them I told you guys that. Keep this between us and the YouTube comments. But like, yeah, the reality is I'm probably more than likely going to be taking Enos over here pretty soon, if all goes well. Go ahead and disband our raiders. They're not doing much anyway. And we will allow our numbers of troops to pump up. We have 603 of a potential 1,164. Let's see where we can get from here. Oh, and one thing I forgot here is I want to come over to my council and get Deirdre to go ahead and go back to disrupting schemes as opposed to supporting schemes, because we actually don't have any schemes that she can help with at this very moment. Come over to our military tab and just kind of watch as the numbers of troops begin increasing. So we have our rally point here, this little red flag right next to Tralé, our city here. Our little red flag here this is where our troops gather. I think I'm going to move our rally point up here to Lumnich, just because... Oh, can I get it even farther north? I didn't know I could even do this. I think I'll go ahead and move it up to the bishopric of Rose-Cré, because as we start moving farther north, we're going to want our troops to be able to respond faster to threats, you know, farther north than Mordecius. So it just tactically makes sense to me to have them raise a little bit closer to where the action will be happening. Coming up here on the end of September, 873, and with the 1st of October rolling over, we have 757 troops. We're slowly but surely pumping those numbers up. And we're officially out of debt, which is great. Things are looking good. Gonna need to have just a little bit of patience here as we get our realm up to where it needs to be to start expanding north towards the further off lands of the green jewel of the Atlantic. Is that what they call Ireland? I don't know. That's what I'm calling it. Yep, and a decent amount of time has gone by. It's almost the end of November, and not much has happened. We're just slowly watching as things progress. I think it's interesting to see that this Brefne is now known as the Jarldom of Ireland. I don't know when that took shape, but I took a little look at the military situation here in Brefne, and that actually might be one of the juicy little nuggets of Ireland we want to try to grab as soon as possible. Here we are on Christmas Day of 873. Beautiful snow covering the land once again. What will become of Mordecius? Well, gonna have to find out next time, because boom, here we are at 31st of December 873. Guys, it's been a real honor playing this game for you and making episodes each week, and I'm excited to get to keep doing it. I'm really glad that some people are finding this series entertaining. That's all I really could hope for at the end of the day. If you like this video, please make sure to like it, please make sure to comment, and let me know what you think of Crusader Kings 3 and House of Mordecius moreover, and make sure to subscribe so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. But other than that, guys, I will see you next time.